I want to quickly talk to you about Xperiencify. And the big question is this platform actually great for your courses this year? So this will be a review of the platform. So I first want to define for you what Xperiencify actually is, okay? So the platform likes to brand itself as a gamified online course platform. And the question is, when you talk about gamified online course platform, what does it really mean? So, gamification involves adding game like elements like points and rewards to your course to make learning more fun and engaging for your students, right? So, the idea here is what? The idea here is to reduce attrition rate. The idea is to motivate, incentivize your learners to progress through the course and achieve their goals. And the more the faster they achieve their goals, the better is it for you also in terms of course popularity. Okay, and one thing for sure, several course platforms offer gamification features. So Xperiencify is not the only one, okay? But the thing is, if you go to Xperiencify, you actually you look at a different level. Like they've brought the whole gamification thing at a different level, because what happens here is that Xperiencify doesn't just let you, let's say, reward points and badges, but also create dynamic content tracks, celebrate milestones, award surprise gifts, create time sensitive challenges, and more to keep learners hooked and motivated. So that's pretty good. So, beyond gamification, Xperiencify also offers a range of features to help you create and deliver your courses, including, for example, you have a course builder, you have drip content, you have discussion forums, you have a website builder, and you also have payment processing. So that's pretty good from a flexibility point of view. Okay. So in terms of the UX and the UI, not a problem. Not a problem. Okay. Now the only thing is that the UX has been thought. The UX, the user experience, has been thought to actually be very lean, very fast. The only problem is that Xperiencify as a platform overall has a significant learning curve because it takes a lot of time for you or for your team members. It would take a lot of time to actually get acclimated with the features. Okay, just because there are so many. So talking about features, let's quickly go through the features you are about to encounter on Xperiencify. So first of all, let's talk about course creation and engagement. So what happens here is that when it comes to course creation and engagement, Xperiencify actually has a lot of features, a lot of modules. Okay, because the whole thing on Xperiencify is that they recognize that people love to play games and people love to actually learn while playing games. Okay, so let's first talk about the course builder. So on Xperiencify, you are building a course experience actually, not just a course curriculum. So that's where the name Xperiencify came from, okay? You are building a course experience for your learners. The course builder is different compared to other platforms such as Mighty Networks or Disco or Discord, okay? You can create a course from scratch or use Xperiencify's pre-made course templates. And templates are available for different types of courses, such as gamified courses, expiring mini courses, and challenges. So the organizational units include modules and trainings, an equivalent of chapters and lessons in other online course platforms. So this is pretty good. And Xperiencify also supports video content as its primary content type, which you can supplement with text content and downloadable files like PDFs, docs, and the PowerPoints. Okay, so that's pretty good. And so apart from the course content, you can add two additional types of content to your course. So you have replays, but you also have bonuses. So that's pretty good. What about the gamification tools here? So basically, gamification features are what really made Xperiencify stand out, and the primary tool used to achieve that is its point system. So it supports two types of points. You have XPs and XXPs, and you can think of them as two different point tracks and use them as you like. So it really depends on the kind of audience you are dealing with. Okay, and so you have all kinds of possibilities. You have celebrations, for instance. You have the experience engine. So when it comes to celebrations, those are on-screen messages. Okay. So for instance, log in for the first time, log in after a certain number of days, earned points, XP or XSPs, thresholds, completed a training module or course, tag is added. So you have a lot of possibilities. You also have quizzes and certificates. So that's also very important if you want to really motivate and you want to keep your learners engaged. So when it comes to features on Xperiencify, the platform, you also have content dripping and lock-in. This is another area where Xperiencify actually excels very, very much. So you can adjust the content dripping schedule from the individual lesson settings. The platform has a few content dripping options. So it really supports standard options like releasing content on a specific date or days after enrollment. So that's pretty good because it gives you flexibility. Depending on how the course is going, how learners are engaged or disengaged, you can choose to adjust the content dripping sort of schedule. Okay, and Xperiencify also has another option here, leave locked. Okay, you also have like you can use it to keep your training locked by default, and then unlock it as per your learners' progress and engagement level. You get a couple of options here too. So you have like binge mode. Okay, so that's pretty good, and you also have the another option which is the experience engine. So what about the online community? Online community, fantastic, because Xperiencify has a feature called Forum that lets you create an online community for your students. So the community looks clean and modern out of the box and is super easy to set up. So here there is not a huge learning curve, pretty straightforward. Okay, you can organize your community into groups and spaces and decide who can access what. Okay, spaces have separate discussion feeds and you can choose from multiple layouts such as feed, list, and card. You also have content delivery. This is another area which is really great. So one thing I want you to really understand here is that Xperiencify doesn't have a standard course player with a table of contents in the left sidebar. Instead, it uses a clean and simple layout with your video at the top and training actions below. You can also show a comment section after that. That's totally possible. It depends on how you want to structure your course. So what's great is that you can customize the default training page depending on your brand, depending on your course structure, depending on geography, depending on your students' expectations. So that's pretty great. So what about site design and customization? So when we talk about Xperiencify, what can we learn? What can we take away from site design and customization? So the platform lets you build a website for your online course, and the platform covers the essential like hosting and security. So you don't have to worry about any technical aspects, right? They take care of the back office. And additionally, Xperiencify also offers the ability to have a custom domain or use an Xperiencify subdomain. You can remove the platform's branding and make the course platform white labeled, and you can modify the default site text even though there are no pre-built language options. So this is kind of cool. So in terms of building a site itself, it's partially drag and drop. Okay, so while you can add new blocks by dragging them onto the page, you can't change their position with drag and drop. Instead, you have to use the up or down option to move them. Okay, but it's still good anyway. It's still good, and so that's pretty good. And so a useful page builder feature is that you have the ability to show or hide a block based on user tags and dates. You can use it in many ways. Okay, you also have so what about sales and marketing? Well, you have a product pricing options. So for pricing your products, Xperiencify has three options. You have single payments, you have installment plans, so monthly or yearly intervals. You have subscriptions, and the subscriptions we have monthly, quarterly, or yearly. Okay, so that's something to really think about. And you also have payments and checkouts, so that's pretty good from a scalability point of view. That means you can process thousands of dollars in payments or even millions of dollars in payments through Stripe and PayPal. So there are integrations available for those two. And you have other payment processors too, but Stripe and PayPal are the two biggies, okay, especially Stripe, okay. And one thing I want to say also is that you also have other marketing tools available on the platform in terms of email marketing, in terms of sales funnel. The only thing is that the platform itself doesn't have an affiliate feature. So as a workaround, you can generate affiliate links and then track the sales that come from those affiliate links. And that's pretty important. However, your affiliates won't get their dedicated dashboards, and there is no way to actually to track their sales and commissions actually. Okay, so this is something to really think about. And so bottom line here is that Xperiencify offers flexible pricing options and also a well optimized checkout experience, and it also supports Stripe and PayPal for payment processing. Okay, so that's kind of cool, but it misses conversion features like order bumps, okay, one-click upsells, and abandoned cart tracking. You also don't have built-in sales tax or affiliate marketing features. So when you think about Xperiencify in this review, let's quickly talk about reporting and administration. So basically, what happens here is that if you are managing your online course business properly, you want to have a clear idea about reporting and administration. And Xperiencify actually has a dedicated student section to view and manage your students' progress and information. Okay, so that's kind of cool. However, and that's a biggie in my view, Xperiencify doesn't have any reporting or analytics tools for your business. So, for instance, there are no reports for tracking course progress, enrollments, or revenue. So, this is this is a bummer in my view. Okay, and but when it comes to tracking students' progress and information, you are in good hands. Okay, so there is also a unique feature in Xperiencify, which is Ask the Expert. So Ask the Expert is an AI assistant trained feature. So the AI assistant is trained on your course content and can answer students' questions in real time. So this is a valuable tool for supporting your students, especially as you scale, especially as your student numbers actually, your enrollment numbers actually go up. You can also add team members to your account. So the only available role is admin. So whoever you add will have full admin functionality. Okay. So one thing I want to say here is that overall, Xperiencify's reporting and administration tools are basic, with missing reporting and analytics features being a significant drawback. Okay. You can see that the developers at Xperiencify spend a lot of time on gamification, but not a lot of time, a lot of thoughts when it comes to the back office. Okay. What about the third-party integrations? This is also another direct disappointment area. This is a bummer because Xperiencify has hardly any direct integrations with third-party tools. The only integration it supports is with Zapier, which allows you to connect with multiple, like hundreds of apps. Okay. It supports triggers and actions, so you can set up automations to send students data to your email provider or add students to an Xperiencify course when they buy outside. So this is pretty good from a flexibility point of view. I want to talk to you now about pricing. So if you think about Xperiencify, what kind of pricing should you be expecting this year? So I'm showing you on the screen. Okay. So basically what I love about Xperiencify is the transparency in their pricing. They don't have like 5 or 10 pricing plans to actually choose from. They only have 2. Now, of course, they have an enterprise plan, but you have to contact sales for them to give you a quote. They will ask you questions and get your data. But if you're interested in Xperiencify, just start with a growth plan, okay? The growth plan will set you back $100 a month. The pro plan will set you back twice as much, okay? Now, there is no free plan, okay? There is a demo. And basically, now, they can give you a free trial. And the free trial is great for about 2 weeks to 4 weeks, okay? 2 to 4 weeks. It depends on the kind of plan that you have and also the timing, okay? But I would say if you are interested in Xperiencify, you want to start with a free plan and see what happens. Okay, so the growth plan actually allows you to create 10 published courses and have 1,000 active students. The Pro plan actually lets you create 20 published courses and have 5,000 active students. It also includes API access. So the enterprise plan can give you gives you a more flexibility and more possibilities, but you have to contact sales for that. Okay. So and based on our research, the enterprise plan lets you create unlimited published courses and have thousands and thousands and thousands of active students. Okay. So that's something to really think about. So when you purchase an annual plan, you get 2 months free. Additionally, Xperiencify will migrate one of your products from another platform for free. Okay, so one thing I want you to remember is that Xperiencify's pricing is straightforward and relatively affordable, especially given the features that come with every tier. Okay, so what about Xperiencify versus the competition? So you have Kajabi, for instance. If you think about let's say online course building or online community building, you have Thinkific, you have Kajabi also, but none of those two is actually strong when it comes to gamification. If your job is, I mean, your job, if your vision is to increase gamification around your course, Experiencify is way better. So, bottom line is that do I recommend Experiencify? Definitely yes. I recommend Experiencify, especially like I said, if your goal is to really, I mean, instill a layer of gamification in your course, it's definitely a good choice. It's definitely a good proposition. Okay, because what happens here is that with the Experiencify, you get all the essential tools from points and leaderboards to badges and celebrations. And moreover, the powerful experience engine lets you personalize student experiences at scale. Okay. And add to that, you have also the community builder, and you have a complete package for creating interactive and engaging online courses. So I definitely recommend that, especially if your goal is to really have gamification big time. Okay. Now, one thing for sure, Experiencify does have a few drawbacks, including no support for full quizzes, the lack of essential selling tools like affiliate marketing, and relatively high pricing. Okay, so one thing you need to understand here is that it's a give and take. Okay, the platform has been around for a while. It's a pretty legit platform. Okay, and thousands of users are on the platform. They use it to create and sell online courses, and also the platform itself has received positive user reviews, and that's pretty good. And our own evaluation actually found the platform to be reliable and user friendly. Okay, so the bottom line is that what differentiates Experiencify from other platform is actually the gamification tools, and we are speaking about native gamification tools. So you don't have to really integrate third-party tools, third-party gamification tools onto your course platform. No, those tools are native to gamification. Okay, so when I say gamification, I'm speaking about features such as points, badges, leaderboards, celebrations, and experience engine. So you have actually a way to really incentivize. You have a way to incentivize your learners. You have a way to actually motivate them to actually complete your course. So, as an epilogue into this conversation, I spoke to you about Experiencify. I gave you some information about the features from course creation and engagement all the way to customer support, and also about pricing. We talked about pricing too. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.